Monday night, February 9th, 2026, settled in with a kind of stillness that felt almost physical. The 5 p.m. ransom deadline in Tucson had passed hours earlier, yet there was no public update, no visible shift, no new confirmation shared with the world. The quiet felt heavy, stretching across television studios and living rooms alike. In moments like this, silence can feel louder than chaos. And while attention remained fixed on Arizona, something quieter unfolded across the country in New York. It did not trend online. It did not interrupt programming. But for those who were present, it carried weight. At 86, Tom Brokaw gathered a small circle of longtime colleagues in his home. No microphones, no cameras, just conversation. What he shared that afternoon reframed not the investigation itself, but the human heart at the center of it. The voice behind generations of news. For decades, Tom's steady presence defined American television journalism, especially during his years on NBC Nightly News. He reported through wars, elections, national tragedies, and moments of triumph. His voice carried calm authority in uncertain times. Yet this afternoon, he wasn't delivering a broadcast. He was speaking as someone who had watched a colleague grow from an ambitious young reporter into one of the most recognized journalists in the country. His reflections centered on Savannah Guthrie, not as a television figure, but as a daughter. According to those present, Tom spoke slowly, deliberately, as if he had held these thoughts for years. He did not speculate about the investigation. Instead, he focused on something deeper, the way a lifetime of expectations shapes how someone endures crisis. A first impression that never faded. Tom recalled meeting Savannah when she was new at 30 Rock, still finding her footing in a competitive newsroom. She was polished, respectful, intensely prepared. But what stood out most, he said, was something less visible. An internal discipline that seemed older than her years. It wasn't ambition alone. It was composure. Even in casual moments, she carried herself with intention. Tom suggested that this didn't develop in a newsroom. It came from home. From early on, he sensed she had been raised with a clear message. The world rewards steadiness and punishes visible weakness. That belief, he said, seemed woven into her posture, her tone, even her silence. Over time, he came to understand that her strength wasn't accidental. It was learned, practiced, reinforced. A mother's code of resilience. Tom spoke with respect about Savannah's mother, describing a woman who faced profound loss and responded by becoming fiercely self-reliant. Raising 3 children alone required determination. According to Tom's reflections, Nancy's philosophy was simple but firm. Strength protects. Composure preserves dignity. Emotion belongs in private. It was not about withholding love. It was about survival. Savannah absorbed those lessons deeply. Tom shared that when Savannah was offered the co-anchor role on Today, she called her mother first. The advice she received was not celebratory. It was grounding. Stay steady. Stay focused. Don't let the moment define you. Savannah reportedly shared that story with pride, not resentment. For her, discipline was not restriction. It was connection. Approval in that household was tied to composure. The structure behind every word. As Savannah addressed the public during this crisis, many viewers noted her clarity and restraint. Tom suggested that this measured delivery reflects years of conditioning. She thanks supporters. She acknowledges authorities. She speaks of hope. Then she makes her plea. The order feels intentional. According to Tom, that sequencing mirrors the code she learned long ago. Gratitude first, dignity always, emotion controlled. It is not that she feels less. It is that she was taught to manage feeling before displaying it. In high-pressure moments, she defaults to structure, to preparation, to control. Tom emphasized that this is not performance for its own sake. It is protection. For her family, for her children, perhaps even for herself. Strength and its hidden cost. Tom acknowledged that composure can be misunderstood. Some may interpret it as detachment. Others may see it as courage. He suggested it is both strength and burden. Over the years, he has rarely seen Savannah visibly break down, even in private. When difficult stories unfolded in her own life, she reportedly gathered herself quickly and returned to work. That ability to pivot may be admired professionally, but personally, it can be exhausting. Tom wondered aloud how long anyone can maintain that level of steadiness under extraordinary strain. He spoke gently, not critically. The resilience keeping her upright now may also be what prevents her from fully releasing the weight she carries. Two battles at once. In Tom's view, Savannah is navigating two parallel challenges. The first is immediate and urgent, concern for her mother's safety. The second is internal, the lifelong expectation to remain composed, capable, unshaken. During public crises, many families express raw anguish. Savannah's approach has been deliberate and dignified. Tom suggested that this reflects not indifference, but deeply rooted training. For someone raised to believe that visible distress equals loss of control, remaining calm feels like honoring the very person she is trying to protect. That dynamic adds emotional complexity to an already painful situation. It is not just about endurance, it is about identity. The hope beyond resolution. As the gathering concluded, Tom reportedly expressed a simple hope. Not only for a safe resolution, but for something gentler afterward. He spoke about the possibility of a different conversation, one where strength and vulnerability are not opposites, where composure is no longer the sole measure of worth. He did not dramatize his words. He offered them quietly. Whatever tomorrow brings, he suggested, compassion matters. Understanding matters. Behind headlines and speculation stands a daughter shaped by love expressed through resilience. When this chapter closes, perhaps there will be room for reassurance that love was never contingent on perfection. That steadiness is admirable, but humanity is enough.